After the Christmas season is over, it's hard to know what to bring into your home to make it feel fresh and new. So this January, I'm bringing bulbs into the home and going to force bloom them for the cold months to remind me that spring is coming. With just a few items that you can find in your home and some great bulbs, you're going to have a centerpiece or side table adornment, or actually a piece for anywhere you'd like to put it, of fresh blooms to enjoy throughout this month. For today's centerpiece, all you need are some containers that you want to plant the bulbs in, some great potting soil, and I'm using narcissus bulbs, sometimes called paper whites. These bulbs are easy to find, and this time of year, a lot of nurseries and garden supply stores will have different bulbs on hand for people that like to force bloom them in the winter months. You can choose any container you want to make these flowers in. I'm using a large cement garden urn that I use indoors all year round. It does have a hole in the bottom, so to make sure that the water and soil doesn't leak through onto a table or anywhere I place this item, I'm lining the inside with some black plastic. You can just cut up a trash bag or any type of plastic you want to use and line the interior, and the dirt will go right inside. This will hold the water and any dirt from leaking out. You can also use an enclosed great ironstone urn like this. This one has no hole in the bottom and is great for this. Use items that you know you're going to enjoy in your home. Items that fit your decor and have a timeless elegance to them. Once you have your container picked out and lined with plastic if needed, you can just start with putting the soil directly into the container. I'm using a potting mix that can be found at any garden store and is readily available this time of year. You want to fill your container about 3/4 full of soil to begin with. Once your container is roughly 3/4 full of soil, you can start placing the bulbs into the containers. I pack them fairly close so you get a nice full arrangement once they start growing. Just set them on top of the soil. No need to press down too hard into it, as we'll be putting more on top. Depending on the size container you choose, it will take a different amount of bulbs. I place them roughly a ½ inch apart and fill the whole container with them. Once your bulbs are placed, we're just going to place a little bit more soil on top. As you can see, these bulbs are already sprouted, and this gives us a great guide to know how high up to place the soil. Right to the bottom of the sprout is where you want to place it. So I'm going to place about another 1 to 1.5 inches of soil on these bulbs, just sprinkling it over the top. After you've placed the rest of the potting soil on, all that's left is watering and just finishing them off with a little bit of Spanish moss to make them look great. If you notice any of the bulbs sticking out, that's okay. You don't need to worry about them being completely covered. But if you see any really low spots, you can add a little bit of soil on top. Just place the moss around the bulbs and around the sprouts coming out. And don't worry about getting it too close. The moss is very airy and the bulbs will easily be able to go through it and sprout. I'm just pulling off small pieces and placing it around the container. Once the moss is on, your containers are ready. And really, they look almost good enough without the bulbs even sprouting. But once these start growing, you're going to have an amazing live centerpiece to put anywhere. This would be a great gift also if you need it, but I think you're going to want these around your home. They're just a little bit of spring on these cold winter days. And today at the farm, that's much needed. Our lows are reaching -40 with the wind chill. So this little reminder of spring is exactly what I need to pull me out of those post-Christmas blues.